Today we decided to pack up the car and go out on a journey looking for land. And of course we're bringing our trusted dog Dixie with us. We begin our journey in East Texas and plan to show you many cities throughout North America. Please subscribe to our channel. We could really use your support.
Okay, Paul Catroff, 423byland.com. Today we have another little mission ahead of us, and we have what you want. You see, there's a certain supply and demand that applies to every industry out there. When it comes to land, especially in East Texas, the sweet spot is what I'm always aiming for. I like to bring you properties that are viable. Now, I can't do that all the time. Some of them are interesting, and I want to show them to you, and some of the properties are at a higher price range because, you know, there's a lot of different people out there with a lot of different amounts of money in their pockets. However, supply and demand, when I tell you this is where the demand is, that means if you buy the property, you have an excellent chance at resale. That's called value. So that's how I determine value, is my ability to resell it. So regardless of what the resale price is, you know your phones will ring. There's your demand right there. So I'm looking at a property today, and the demand is the 1 to 2 acre properties because they're not so exorbitant in price, and you have plenty of size and square footage to work with. You have a lot of land, and also the bigger the land, especially when you go 1 acre plus, the fewer restrictions you're going to have, the less problems you're going to have. So I'm going to show you what we have here, where we're starting this great mission, so you can see what we're looking at. Okay. So let me let's pull this up for these people. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, this guy wants 2 acre 50,000. No, that's too much. 1 acre 35. I know the property. It's no good. It's 0.63 acres for 120. He's way out of range. Lottery ticket price. Let me see the next one. 75,000 for 6, but that's ridiculous. Okay, all these people are way out of range. Land for sale, 45,000. You know, they're gambling that they're close to the water, but you don't have a clear water view lot on that. They're dreaming on that. You've got land for sale, 2 acre 50. It's a decent price. Forget the fact they came down 9.5. That just means they're really unrealistic. But that's located. Where's this at?
356.
356. That's going to be a little problematic on the main highway. Land for sale, 500,000. Come on, seriously? Well, that must be commercial. Okay, because look, it's got a self-storage. So they're going to probably, it's on Old Trinity Road. That's not even a good commercial road to be on. So they're way out of line. Now, what is this right here? Right here. Okay, that's 12,000. They're asking for a 0.46 acre lot. And let me see that one. It's a decent price range. And we're going to have to look at that. I'm not feeling too good about the pictures they're showing, but we need to go on site and see it because it is within range, and it looks like there's possible clearing on that. Yeah. So $12,000, half acre, and I know Bluebonnet. So it's not bad. That's going to be off the top of my head. Bluebonnet would be in the Sportsman's Retreat subdivision. Mm-hmm. Did I hit that? Okay. And so let me see. The plotting is pretty good. The plotting isn't bad. At least it's not skinny. It gives you something to work with just based on what I'm seeing. And you got a dead end street. You wrap around that. That's not bad at all. Okay, so it's got the price range. A half acre is going to put you under 43,000. It gives you 22,000 square feet. The average building lot is 8 to 10. So it's the equivalent of 2.5 average building lots. So you can say that you get 2.5 times the land for $12,000, where other places are charging, you know, where other real estate agents are getting ridiculous numbers for just 8,000 square feet. Okay, so they have the numbers. That needs to be looked at. It's only 12 grand. It's got good size to it, and it's got a decent plat. That's all we have to go with right now. I say we go look at this property. Okay, let's go look at it. All right. It's right in the price range. It's affordability, and it has size, and the platting is okay. It's on a cul-de-sac. What would be the restrictions on that? There is a homeowners association, but if it is Sportsman's Retreat, I already know that there is a, yes, Sportsman's Retreat POA, And just for the people out there, because it isn't a good price range, there's the number for the association, 936-933-6281. Okay. There is a nice little boat ramp in that subdivision, and it goes onto a canal. I like that because I've always liked that boat ramp, and you can see the canal system which runs right here. So I'm going to say the boat ramp might be there, I don't know, but it is good enough to put a boat in, and it takes you out to the main lake, and it's very secluded, very country. All right, I think we got us up. We'll head out there now and see what we can find. There you go. I found a neat little score. I went through a couple of ads, didn't like what I saw. You know, people are jacking prices beyond what is reasonable. There's not a single person out there that actually knows what the buyers want to pay. So they just go way up. They let it hang until they get fatigued and they drop it. And the real estate agents love to make it look like this price has dropped 20,000. They'll put minus 20,000. Nah, you can never get that to begin with. Ding dongs. So anyway, I'm going to go take a look at this property. Stay tuned. It's going to be fun. Okay, we're on a little mission here. I'm going to go look at a half-acre property that they're posting at $11,000, $12,000. And guys, it's cheap. So you can't expect too much. This is going to be one of those deals, and I've seen them before, where you're going to make something of nothing. You got to look at the land and see what's actually usable and what's not. Given the price range, it doesn't matter if you got the entire use of the land, it's just how much you have. You're going to have to make a compromise, but it doesn't matter because, you know, land can be art. You turn it into something sometimes. You know, I've seen a lot of neat creations happen. And by the way, I'm wearing one of my lucky shirts today. If you can see, today, I'm the lion. Stay tuned. All right, today we're going to look at a neat little property, and I know the subdivision pretty well, so I'm your eyes and ears, and I'm bringing the deals to you. And the great thing is I'm pretty much an expert in this local area. I have turned probably at least 10, 12 properties in that subdivision, you know, over the last 20 years, maybe more. I don't know. I've been through a lot of numbers when the property was cheap, so who's to say? I mean, but I know this subdivision very well. One great thing about the subdivision is this: it's close to town. We're talking about maybe 6 miles out of town. So I'm on the main drag of Onalaska right now, and as long as I turn right here, you can see a Valero's, a Circle K. So that's pretty new. But this is the main drag of town. So this is a, shall we say, a little country highway. You go about 4 or 5 miles, and you'll pop out at this neat little subdivision called Sportsman's Retreat. Now, Sportsman's Retreat it's very cute subdivision, and to get in Alaska, which is what everybody wants to do, you can't get a cuter, more country-looking subdivision. It's somewhat hilly, and so you have to kind of expect that. But it's got that seclusion aspect to it that a lot of people like. Now, there's other subdivisions in Alaska, obviously, you know, where you have, you know, packed solid with neighbors and everything, but this is more country. The subdivision is going to be HOA fees once a year, cheap. I don't want to use phony numbers, anywhere from $100, $150 a year. And there are travel trailers and RVs and what have you in there. Now, it's been quite a few years since I bought and sold in here, and so things change. Subdivisions change their rules and policies, so I highly expect that if it's something you're interested in, that you call the HOA and go over what you can and can't do. There should be miles, so don't worry. There are RVs and travel trailers in there. So, and I also know that there are chickens and probably people with a few farm animals, so that's kind of neat in itself. People ask me all the time, do you have anything that I can put chickens on? Well, I got chickens because I live on unrestricted ground, naturally. But I think you can do that in the subdivision, so you have much more freedom than in a manicured subdivision with Nazis driving around on golf carts. So this is definitely very country. Let me give you an idea of this country highway. We're driving down this little country highway, easy drive, about 4 or 5 miles down. It's going to be on the right-hand side, the entrance, so stay tuned. On the way to the subdivision, a couple miles down the left-hand side, you will see the Onalaska High School. Cute little high school, small high school, but that's kind of neat. If you have kids or whatever, you happen to be in this area, you're right there. You're right there, right down the road from the high school. And it's a small school. Couldn't have a big graduating class by any stretch. Now, one thing I like about Sportsman's Retreat, this country subdivision, the entrance is great. You know, got a real cool entrance, long road. Of course, you know, like any country subdivision, they're cheap POA fees, and there's not a lot to maintain the road. The road should be a paved road, and it will probably branch off in some dirt road. But the entrance is just a cute little entrance. The subdivision itself is neat, and we're going to go by the boat ramp, and I'm going to show you that as well too. On the way, the subdivision is a new subdivision. Looks like a high-end housing subdivision, which is kind of neat. And I really want to get in there. I guess it adds some value to some degree. Alright, you can see that there's nothing but woods to right and left of me, just 4 or 5 miles out. This is one of the last subdivisions, and this would definitely be outskirts of the city, but still in the city. Now watch, I'm turning in here, and just a neat little mile drive on this subdivision. Neat little entrance road. It's just up there beyond the bend. On the right or left is massive acreage tracts, and that owner owns a gazillion acres, so I highly doubt that anything will ever be built up on the right or left of this entrance road. Now, of course, anything can happen, but I'm pretty aware that the owner of a lot of this acreage has exotic animals, and he's got his own business going. But real nice scenic drive. So in that time that we've been driving, we're about to enter into this little country subdivision. So that's not bad at all. And these are fairly new, these entrance walls. I'm not used to these. Wow. It says King Ranch, Magnolia Ranch. These are new subdivisions. Wow. That really adds to the value of Sportsman's Retreat. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And I'm going to get myself back in there and check that out. I don't think they're open. I think those are fairly new. Usually the developers wait a year until they get everything cleared up and everything, and they start marketing it. So this is brand new, and I'm going to have my grubby paws and all of that. You know, this drive kind of reminds me of something you would see in the West Virginia mountains, kind of, sort of. You know, real country. This is about a mile back, but it goes right into the subdivision. And you can see the road is paved, which is quite amazing, because a lot of these subdivisions don't have paved roads, especially if they're country. You know, with such cheap POA fees, they don't really have the money to pay for paved roads. But it will end, I can assure you of that. So here we go. We're about to hit the boat ramp area, and that's at the very end of the main road. Everything real nice here, guys. At the front, but it gets a little more country at the back. We're gonna head there. I guess that would be, I stand corrected. They have some semblance of an office right there, the green building. So this is the canal system, and I know it quite well. And we're gonna go out and take a little walk around. So this is the Sportsman's Retreat country building. You see it's got that country feel in here. It just oozes peaceful in this subdivision. It's very quiet. So, community news. Beautiful little country office, okay? And by the way, I got my beat up work truck here. So here's the boat ramp area, and this is kind of important. A lot of canal systems get too shallow to drop boats in, so you got to be careful. But I've been here for years, And I never see low water. This has got a nice deep water canal system. Really, really cool. Really beautiful. Great fishing, guys. Check this out. Yeah, this is real nice. Nice place to have a lot. Pretty cool. That's nice water. Okay, if you take this channel right here, this will drop you into the big lake. Okay, and what's neat is that this is a turnabout. This is a turnabout, so you can enter, you know, up there, come down around. Now they have dirt and gravel up there, and a lot of times that the POA put that there because they're going to work on some roads in the subdivision. I want to see how this boat ramp is doing, just in case it washed out or something like that. A lot of flooding going on, but this didn't seem to be adversely affected by the big floods we had. It is a hilly subdivision, so great water runoff. I'll tell you what, this is an excellent place to fish. You look at the trees and the natural foliage in there. Just very natural. Yeah, that's nice. Real nice. Water is really still today. Nice boat ramp area. Big plus, guys, on this property. That's a big plus right there. I always did like this place. Now, let's go see what we can find for $11,000 a half acre. Remember what I'm telling you. At the price, don't expect a lot. When I hit these type of lands, I look at it from a resale point of view. I do not buy a property that I deem half the land is no good. If I do, I only sell the square footage that's good. So let's say you have 25,000 square feet, and I know that there's about 5,000 to 7,000 square foot of good land. If the price is right, I'm going to sell it and say 7,000 square feet. A normal building lot is 6,000 to 8,000 square feet in this area. So I'm going to sell it as a normal building lot. When you come up to look at the land at 8,000 square feet, I'm literally going to probably stake out the good part of the land on the lot and then tell you, oh yeah, there's an extra 15,000 square foot of land, but I didn't want to waste your time. I just wanted you to know exactly what you can expect to use. That's how I do my business. So let's go look at this ground. All right, I'm trying to make my way back here. I think I have the turn off. Yes, there's Blue Bonnet right there. And it says at the end of a cul-de-sac. So far, very good. I like it. You will need an aerobic system out here, just to let you know. You will need a septic system. You're not going to get city sewage in a subdivision like this. They just don't have the money. So, we've got to find out where this property actually is located. Somewhere around here. Okay. Life is always an adventure. I'm sitting right here, and technically, the nose of my truck is pointed right there. Okay, so what that means is, oh wait, we got deer everywhere. There's deer right behind me. Check this out. There's a deer walking right behind me. This subdivision is loaded with deer. You can see it right there. Okay, now technically that road goes right there. Okay, so it means the lot that they're advertising for 11,000 is that clump of trees. Now there's a neighbor to my left, and I'm not gonna, and he's just really close to me. You can see he's kind of absconded some of the land over there. Who cares? So you're right in there. So by the way, don't worry about the neighbor. When they find out you own the property, they go and hide like little like little clams in a shell. Okay, because plus when you own a property, it's your property. Okay, let's go check that out. Okay. Oof. Oof. Okay, so I'm coming down what would be pretty much the road. You can see it was kind of cleared at one time. You know, it's not lived on. There's a neighbor next to you. I don't want to flash it too much. I get pissed off. Okay, so this property is on some thick ground. As a matter of fact, that's what appears to be some type of survey marker in the ground. So I'm going to say that, you know, this is essentially the road, but it wraps around. We've got to get in here. Woo! Woo! Oh my gosh. Look at the ravine. Oof, that's a tough one. That's a tough one for me, guys. Because the ravine is just too close. Now, I'm climbing through this ravine. I mean, look, this is a waterway, period. This is a waterway. And that goes right to the front of the lot. Yeah. Now, it goes high right here, which is crazy. But all the way around it, it's ravine. 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 Oof. That happens. It happens, guys. Now, I'm just going to try to get out of here without getting shot. Unfortunately, not too exciting. It is what it is. You know, I want to say you get what you pay for, but $11,000, you can't give this lot away. You really can't. So, we're heading out. Now, it's disappointing. But I've been through this for thousands of times. This is what land searches are all about. You don't know what you're going to find. And also, you know, like I said prior to getting to the lot, I said, you're going to see what you can make out of it. And my big deal about the lot is this. There's two things. If you're going to have a lot on a ravine, you definitely want it to back up to the ravine. Ravines can actually be okay for so long as they're deep. It's about water. I looked at the ravine and that had like a shallow basin, very wide. That's a large body of water that will come over the ground. I've purchased lands like that before. So having a deep crevice is one thing, because, you know, the water goes down and goes out. But that was like 4 foot, but real wide, just like a bathtub. I didn't like to look at that. And it was right at the beginning of the lot. So, you know, you can't bring in dirt because it looks like a major water flow back there, and it's just going to wash it out. It can't be done. There's a reason why they have that up for sale. And $11,000? No. Look, that is dreaming. They're absolutely dreaming. So this is what happens. But you know, look at it like this. You know, we spent a half hour, went and looked at something cheap. Now, if you look at 5, set a goal target of 5 to 7 cheap properties. Every one of them is going to be flawed in some capacity. You got to work with the flaws because you have the cheap price. And believe it or not, I've nailed some properties where there's some nice flat ground at the top. They jet down at the back, and they're perfectly good ground. It's perfectly buildable. So just remember what I'm telling you. You have to put the time in. You have to put the legwork. Now, there are disappointments, but you know, you want to always stack up these properties in front of you. Guys, be careful. You know, online, when I'm looking at properties, you can kind of see how I discriminate real quickly, go through, bam, bam, bam. Of course, I know the area. So one thing I showed you was a really cute country subdivision called Sportsman's Retreat. Put it on your list, okay? And if you're coming into Onalaska, you're going to get a better deal out here. It's just all a matter of finding a nice piece of ground. That's it. Once you do, you'll be very happy. You'll love it. You got deer everywhere, mosquitoes the size of a pterodactyl, and you got a boat ramp. So anyway, this is a quick one, but it's a wrap. I thank you for everything. Thank you for watching the video, and I'm going to be lining up another property to go look at shortly. Good luck on everything you do. Take care.